Today, I simulated 10 seasons of F1 25's My Team Career Mode to see what will happen in the next 10 seasons of Formula 1. Who do you guys think will be the champion in the next 10 years? Stay tuned to find out. My name is Chris, welcome back to CFRacing, and enjoy the video. Hey everybody, what's going on? Chris here, otherwise known as CFRacing, and we have a new Formula 1 game cycle here, and it's very exciting. I got early access to F1 at 25, and as I am completely on a tight schedule because of baseball this season, I haven't really had time to simulate as much as I normally do. But hey, sorry it's a little late, but I got the first simulation out for you guys today. If you're new here and you want to see more simulations, I already got an Apex GP and Connor Sports simulation on the way. Same with Cadillac, so stay tuned for those. They'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And with that being said, guys, hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, join my Discord, links in the description down below, and enjoy the simulation. In 2025, Max Verstappen takes 17 wins on the year, takes 556 points to finish P1. He absolutely dominated. Such shocking compared to how good the McLaren is this year. Norris was P2 with 4 wins. Sonoda had a win. He was 3rd. Leclerc had 2 wins in 4th. Hamilton was 5th. Piastri was 6th. Russell was 7th. Alonso was 8th. Sainz was 9th. And Andrea Kimi Antonelli in his rookie season finished in P10. Red Bull win their first Constructors title as they scored 906 points. They were very good. Ferrari was 2nd with McLaren in 3rd, Mercedes 4th, Williams 5th, Aston Martin in 6th, Haas in 7th, Alpine in 8th, Sauber in 9th, and RB actually finished in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Fernando Alonso retires from Formula 1. That moves Esteban Ocon to Aston Martin. Franco Colapinto, as a rookie now, is actually going to take his first ever season in Haas. That's also going to move Lando Norris to Ferrari. Ayrton Senna, I did add the icons in this simulation, so you're going to see a few of them in the rest of the simulation. He goes to McLaren. Paul Aaron goes to RB. That moves Liam Lawson to Alpine, and ending up as free agents is Lewis Hamilton and Pierre Gasly. And heading into Season 2 2026, there is no regulation change. Season 2 2026 was a back-to-back championship win for Max Verstappen as he took 12 wins, 450 points to finish P1. Ayrton Senna, the icon driver, takes 5 wins, 350 points to finish in P2. Norris took 3 wins to finish in 3rd. Sonoda had a win, he was 4th. Charles Leclerc actually took 4 wins, but he unfortunately finished 5th with 315 points. Russell was 6th, Piastri was 7th, Antonelli was 8th, Ocon was 9th, and Alex Albon was P10. Red Bull won their 2nd consecutive Constructors title with Ferrari in P2 and McLaren in 3rd. Mercedes was 4th with Williams in 5th, Aston Martin in 6th, Alpine move up to 7th, Haas moved down to P8, Stake are P9, and RB finish in dead last. We got some more driver transfers here heading into Season 3 2027. Andrea Kimi Antonelli moves to Aston Martin. Lando Norris leaves McLaren, he goes to Mercedes. Max Verstappen goes to Ferrari. Callie Mayer, I believe her name is. She's part of the Connor Sport thing. I don't know, whatever that My Team Career Mode, whatever they do is. I haven't played it. I don't know. And Lance Stroll goes to free agency. So good job, Lance. Way to get kicked out of your own team. Regulation change is going to be to the chassis and aero departments heading into Season 3 2027. Season 3 2027 was a back-to-back championship season for Max Verstappen, but it was very close between him and Mr. Charles Leclerc, as Verstappen took 10 wins, 465 points to finish in P1, and Charles Leclerc took 10 wins, 445 points to finish in P2. Ayrton Senna took 3 wins to finish in 3rd, Piastri was 4th with a win, Norris was in 5th, Mayer was in 6th, Sonoda was 7th, Russell's 8th, Antonelli was 9th, and Carlos Sainz finished in P10. Ferrari win their first drivers and constructors title since 2008 and 2007 respectively, and McLaren were in P2 with Red Bull dropping down into 3rd. Mercedes were 4th with Aston Martin 5th, Williams 6th, Alpine in 7th, Haas in P8 with a Behrman Colapinto lineup. That's kind of cool. Sauber were in P9, still got Hulkenberg and Bortoleto, and RB finish in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Andrea Kimi Antonelli leaves Mercedes and goes to McLaren. Victor Martins goes to Aston Martin, and Ayrton Senna ends up as a free agent, and unfortunately I don't think he's going to return in this simulation. In terms of regulation changes, we have a regulation change to the power and durability departments, which I hope will shake up the grid for Season 4 2028. Season 4 2028 was Charles Leclerc's first ever World Drivers' Championships. He took 13 wins, 505 points, and finished in P1, and he had another amazing title fight with Max Verstappen, as Verstappen took 11 wins, 493 points to finish in P2. They won every race this season. Good job, Ferrari. Norris was in third with Russell fourth, Piastri fifth, Tsunoda was sixth, Antonelli was P7. Pretty solid first season with McLaren. He was actually really close to Oscar Piastri, so I think Antonelli is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the later seasons of career mode. Sainz was eighth, Mayer was ninth, and Alexander Albon was P10. Ferrari took 998 points. They almost got 1,000, which would have been crazy. They've won their second consecutive Constructors title with Mercedes in P2 and McLaren in P3. Norris and Russell beat Antonelli and Piastri. That's kind of cool. Red Bull was fourth, followed by Williams fifth, Aston Martin sixth, Haas P7, Alpine 8th, Sauber 9th, and RB again finished in dead last with Paul Aaron and Isaac Hadjar. In terms of driver transfers, we got Pierre Gasly going to Red Bull, Liam Lawson goes to Aston Martin, Franco Colapinto goes to Alpine, Mayer goes to RB, Jack Doohan goes to Stake, Paul Aaron ends up as a free agent, and that also leaves no room for Nico Hulkenberg, so he retires from Formula 1. And heading into Season 5 2029, there is a regulation change to the aero department. Season 5 2029 was Verstappen's fourth driver's title, of the simulation, as he took 9 wins, 465 points, finish in P1, and it was pretty close here between Leclerc and Piastri, as Leclerc took 7 wins, 435 points, finished P2. Piastri took 6 wins, 405 points, finished in third. Andrea Kimi Antonelli took 2 wins, 321 points. That's his first 2 wins of his career. He finished fourth. Norris was fifth, Russell was sixth, Sainz was seventh, Albon was eighth, Gasly was ninth, and Esteban Ocon finished in P10. Ferrari win their third Constructors title of the simulation, followed by McLaren P2, Williams in third, or Mercedes in third, excuse me, and Williams in fourth. Aston Martin was fifth. Red Bull dropped down to sixth. Yikes, with Haas in 7th, Sauber in 8th, RB in 9th, and we finally have a new team in last, and that is the Alpine. Congrats, Alpine. Good job. Now, we got some crazy driver transfers heading into Season 6 2030, as Charles Leclerc moves to McLaren, Andrea Kimi Antonelli moves to Ferrari, so they had a driver swap. Sainz goes to Mercedes, Russell goes to Aston Martin, Esteban Ocon goes to Haas, Ollie Behrman goes to Red Bull, Yuki Tsunoda goes to Stake, Jack Doohan goes to Alpine, Ritomo Miata, F2 driver, goes to Haas, Victor Martins goes to RB, and Callie Mayer, I think that's her name again, she goes to free agency. And heading into Season 6 2029, we have a major regulation change to chassis, power, and durability, which I guarantee you will probably shake up the grid. Or not. Season 6 2030 was Charles Leclerc's second World Drivers' Championship, but this time with McLaren, as he takes 10 wins on the year, 452 points, finish in P1, as Max Verstappen took 7 wins, 418 points, finish in P2, and Oscar Piastri, Leclerc beat him, took 3 wins, 369 points, finish in third. Antonelli took 2 wins to finish in fourth. Behrman took his first 2 ever wins in a Red Bull to finish in fifth. Maybe we're gonna have some Baronelli rivalries, who knows. Norris was 6th with Gasly in 7th, Sainz in 8th, Russell's 9th, and Albon finished P10. McLaren win their first Constructors title since 2024, I guess, with Ferrari in P2, and Red Bull moved back up to 3rd. Mercedes was 4th with Aston Martin 5th, Williams 6th, Sauber 7th, RB 8th, Haas P9, and Alpine still are in dead last with Doohan and Franco Colapinto. Heading into 2031, we got Behrman moving to McLaren, Charles Leclerc goes back to Ferrari, Antonelli also goes to McLaren, that moves Piastri to Red Bull, Franco Colapinto, what the heck's he doing? He's going to Mercedes, and that moves Carlos Sainz to Alpine. And heading into 2031, there is no regulation. Season 7 2031 was Andrea Kimi Antonelli's first ever World Drivers' Championship, as he took 5 wins on the year, 398 points, finish in P1, and Charles Leclerc took 6 wins, 397 points to finish in P2. What a crazy title fight that would be to watch. And look at this, Max Verstappen, 7 wins, 390 points to finish in 3rd, and we got Behrman with 368 points, 3 wins to finish in 4th. What a title fight we had there. That's kind of crazy. Piastri took 3 wins, 306 points, finished in 5th. Gasly was 6th, Albon was 7th, Russell was 8th, Norris was 9th, and Richard Verschoor in the Williams actually was in P10. Pretty solid for him. As Ferrari win their 4th Constructors title of the simulation, but Andrea Kimi Antonelli didn't win the driver's title, as McLaren were in P2, Red Bull was 3rd, Williams was 4th, Aston Martin was 5th, Mercedes 6th, Sauber 7th, RB 8th, Haas 9th, and Alpine in dead last. Unfortunately, there are no transfers going into 2032, but there is a regulation change to the aero and durability department. Season 8 2032 was Antonelli's second consecutive driver's titles. He took 20 wins on the year, good lord. 526 points, finished in P1, and his teammate Ollie Behrman took 4 wins, 368 points, finished in P2. I don't know if Antonelli dominance can bore fans, but just ask Mank, see what she says. P3 was Verstappen, P4 was Leclerc, 5th was Piastri, 6th was Russell, 7th was Lawson, 8th was Gasly, 9th was Albon, and Norris, 28 points. What a bum. He was in P10. McLaren win their second constructor title, not consecutive, but second of the simulation, with Ferrari in 2nd, and Aston Martin with Russell and Lawson up there. Look at them cooking right now. Red Bull's 4th, followed by Williams in 5th, Mercedes in 6th, Sauber in 7th, RB 8th, Alpine 9th, and Haas in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen flip teams, so Piastri is going to Ferrari and Max Verstappen is going back to Red Bull, and heading into Season 9 2033, there is no regulation change. Season 9 2033 was Antonelli's 3rd consecutive driver's title as he took 16 wins, 475 points, finished P1. Charles Leclerc took 3 wins, 398 points, finished in P2. Behrman took 6 wins, 395 points, finished in 3rd. That's all the winners. Piastri was 4th with Verstappen 5th, Lawson 6th, Russell 6th, Lawson 7th, Gasly 8th, Albon 9th, and Vasseur again getting into the top 10. McLaren win their 2nd consecutive Constructors title and 3rd of the simulation with Ferrari in 2nd and Aston Martin in 3rd. It looks like none of the Constructors actually changed places this time, which is fantastic. What a thrilling season. With Red Bull in 4th, Williams 5th, Mercedes 6th, Sauber 7th, RB 8th, Haas or Alpine 9th, and Haas once again in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Max Verstappen decides to call it quits. Guess he didn't win for once and he decided to quit Formula 1. Shocker. Ritomo Miata goes to Red Bull to replace Verstappen. What a replacement there. Carlos Sainz also retires. That moves Gabriel Bortoleto. Finally leaves Sauber. He goes to Mercedes. Roman Stanek goes to Haas as a rookie. Same as Armory Cordial. Wow. That's really the best rookies they could have had in 2032. Or 2023. That's awesome. Heading into the last season, Season 10, 2034, there is a reg change to the aero and chassis department. And here we go. Season 10, 2034, Antonelli wins again. That's his 4th driver's title of the simulation as he took 18 wins, 501 points to finish in P1. And Ollie Behrman took 6 wins, 439 points, finished in P2. Charles Leclerc finished in 3rd. Also, McLaren won every race this season. Just want to point that out. So McLaren and Ferrari did that this simulation, which is pretty cool. Piastri was 4th. Bortoleto in his first season in a non-Sauber was 5th. What a season for him. Russell was 6th. Norris was 7th. Lawson was 8th. Albon was 9th. And Gasly rounded out the top 10. Like I said, McLaren win their 4th Constructors title of the simulation, tying Ferrari in the simulation, who was in P2 in this season. Mercedes went up to 3rd. Bortoleto absolutely carried Norris, by the way. Good job, Bortoleto. Aston Martin was in 4th with Williams 5th. Red Bull 6th. Sauber 7th. Haas are not in last. They're in 8th. Alpine P9 and RB finish in dead last. And now, guys, it is time to take a look at the final stats for all 10 years. So at the end of all 10 seasons, we only had 3 Constructors and 3 World Drivers Champions, but they're pretty good ones, I'm not going to lie. McLaren won 4 Constructors titles, so did Ferrari, and Red Bull won 2. Max Verstappen won 4 World Drivers Championships, Antonelli won 4 World Drivers Championships, and Charles Leclerc had 2. In terms of wins, Max Verstappen had the most with 73, followed by Kimi Antonelli with 63. Charles Leclerc had 55. It was really a three-driver dominated all 420 of those races, which is pretty nice. Behrman had 19 wins. Piastri had 13. Ayrton Senna had 8 wins. Lando Norris had 7 wins. And Yuki Tsunoda had 2 wins. But that, guys, is going to wrap it up for today's video. If you did enjoy and you want to see more, hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, join the Discord, links in the description down below. With that being said, see you guys next time. Goodbye.